Hey guys, this is Vicky with Southern Cross Recreations. Remember what this looked like? I have gotten it completed. I wanted to show you the steps. I promised you that I would show you exactly what I did. This was an old cabinet. I've kind of dated it somewhere, did some research on it. About the end of middle to 1970s, middle to late 70s. It does have the slats on the back. It was pretty rough, y'all. I got this on buy sell trade, but look how, I mean, it's just so pretty. The detail is just so pretty on it. I knew I didn't want the mirror in it, so I took that out, but you can tell there's lots of paint, there's scuff, there's just grime, I'm going to show you, like, it was just really bad. This is actually the first cleaning that I did, and look how bad that looks. So what I did was, I'm going to show you the back of it. This is the old slat wood. I mean, I just loved the piece, and I knew that I could do something to it. So I began by taking some sandpaper, and I just did a little bit of hand sand. Now, I did not use the circular sander, palm sander, or anything like that. I was really trying to be super careful with all of the slats and also the detailing that is in this piece. I just wanted to make sure that I was really super careful. Okay, so all I did was just a really light sand. And then I also used this Green Ease. If you've never used this before, it is just the best stuff. It's very non-toxic. It smells really well. I still, like to do everything outside. And honestly, this was a pretty good day that we had here in Tennessee. So now I did not put this all over the piece. What I wanted to do is to get the paint off of this piece without sanding it. So that's what I did. I only put this Green Ease on the places where it had paint. Now, the next step that I used, this clean strip, and then I mixed it in a container with, you can read on the back of the can, it tells you how to mix. And then I did a super good cleaning over the entire piece. Now, you'll see how it comes clean pretty much, and honestly, just as best that I could get it. And then what I did is I went in between, but look at the side, y'all. That paint is gone. I can't say enough about the Green Easy. So I love it. So what I'm doing right here is I'm sanding just a tiny little bit in between the little details there. And the reason being is it was super, like, it had gunk in there. I mean, you can imagine the age of the piece and all of that. And it was just kind of just really grimy. So I went ahead and did that, cleaned that up really good, got it nice and clean. I ended up taking off that brass, and this is the gel stain. I love gel stain if you're not going to strip your piece. Now, the difference between gel stain and your regular stain, it's super thick. And you do not want to, you put it on and then you wipe it back off is how I use it. Now, this is a darker stain than what this piece is. And the reason I did that is because it was super grimy, and also the wood. So this is like if you'll see at the bottom down there, there's little holes, and it's like where they used to put their, like, shaving utensils and, like, just your razors and all that kind of stuff. They would hang them in there. I've seen numerous pictures of the way, they used to use these back in the day. They were not meant to be, like, pretty. And of course, I wanted it to make it look pretty because we just finished our bathroom remodel. We had some issues with our shower was leaking. And anyway, it was a kind of a have to kind of remodel. So it was one of those things. And I just wanted to have, I love my vintage and my antiques. And so I really wanted something in there with all the newness. I really wanted to bring in some warmth into my bathroom. And I'm going to show you the finished project. But you can see that top shelf right there. It is missing a shelf. But honestly, it was good because I wanted to use it for decor. And had I had them all the same of those tiny shells, I wouldn't have been able to use the decor that I ended up using. So as you can tell, I really want you to watch this last shelf that I do and look at the difference. It is just, look at that, y'all. Like, gel stain is the best. Now, if you were going to totally strip a piece, then you're gonna want to use your other stain. But the gel stain is so good for this stuff like this. And then all you're gonna do is just wipe it off. You can wipe off as much excess of it as you choose to, but look at the richness of this piece, y'all. It just, and the video really doesn't do it justice. It just came out so, so pretty. Now, what I'm doing here is, you can see, I wanted to show you in slow-mo what it actually looks like when I put this gel stain over. And you can tell, like, right away, just the richness. I did end up taking that off because it was kind of getting in my way, but the richness of the piece. And, you know, over the years, when somebody was opening and closing this cabinet, most likely their hands were wet. So this wood right here where the handle was in pretty bad shape. And so using this gel stain, I didn't have to go back in. I just lightly did a surface sand. And so just enough to get the stain to grab a hold of the wood. But I didn't have to sand it all the way down, which is not what I wanted to do because it is so detailed. Now, I did end up taking that, again, like I said, the handle off, that brass handle, and I did try to clean it with a Brasso, and it didn't do exactly like I wanted, but it still looks kind of grimy and kind of old, but that's just part of the piece. And so, y'all, look at the difference of that. How pretty. If you're not into like vintage pieces, this probably is not going to excite you as much as it did me. But I just loved, and you'll see that part right there. I did go back in and I went into every single one of those grooves, the indentions there, the detail, and then I wiped it right back off. And you'll see how it just kind of grabs, but you'll also see where it didn't go into the hole. So I end up going each one and then wiping it back out. I did one side and then wiped it back out and did the other. Now this stain is pretty forgiving. It's not something you want to leave on for any length of time, especially because I did a darker stain over a lighter. Now I will suggest make sure that that's what you're doing. Because if I tried to go lighter with this stain, the gel, even though it's gel, it wouldn't have worked as well because I went darker. It really enriched the piece. So just kind of keep that in mind as well. But it's so possible to redo a piece without taking it all the way down to the bare wood. Now, if that's exactly what you want to do with a piece, then, go for it. And I mean, you do a lot of sanding. But this isn't what I wanted to do with that piece. I really wanted just to enrich what was already there, cover up a lot of the imperfections that were there, and just really enhance the details of this piece. And so and now I'll show you just a little trick also. I just took a foam brush and went into my corners. If you don't have a foam brush, you can honestly use Q-tips as well. But you do definitely want to get into those little corners there, because your gel stain, if you don't get it in the corner, you will see it because it's definitely a different color. Now, I also went down the edges of the piece, and then, of course, that top piece. But I just fell in love with this color. I love it. If you want any of these steps or any of these products that I use, just message me supplies and I'll get those for you. But just keep in mind, you can always go darker, but try not to go lighter on your piece or the gel is just not going to show up. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense to y'all. All right, and I did the same thing with this on here as well. Went ahead and did every little piece and every little groove. But y'all, how pretty did this come out? I am so thankful. I almost did not buy this piece because it did look super rough, but it was the size that I needed. It was everything that I needed for my bathroom. Now I did nothing to the back. Obviously, it's going to go against the wall. Gave it a good cleaning. And then you'll also notice on the side right there, it has the original brackets to put up on the wall. I did not want to lose those. So what I did is I just unscrewed them, flipped them around so they're still attached to that piece if I ever wanted to go and sell it. And I did keep the mirror, but y'all, look how cute this came out. I hope you guys love this project. I'll be doing some more of these projects too as well, trying to take you along on my little adventures. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please pass it down the road for me, which means share, like, and comment. And again, if you want any of the supplies that I use, just message me supplies and I'll get those to you. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, a little bit different tonight. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys next time. For more, you can visit SouthernCrossroadCreations.com or over on YouTube. Thanks, guys.